Hi, good day. Thank you very much for your time to take a look into our video. And we want to take this opportunity, a short one, to really explain the concept of software monetization. In short, we call it SM, or Software Licensing and Monetization Tools. We call it SLM. So these are the buzzwords today that is actually quite trending in the licensing market and the licensing world for software vendors. So what is software monetization? As everything is going to be software or related, so just think about you are from healthcare industry, if you are in the, military industry, simulation industry, embedded device, anything. So everything is going to be software or somehow related. So it is intellectual property. Everything that you write and put the algorithms, knowledge into a software, is your variable, business asset. So the most important is to how to enhance and create the revenue stream that can maximize from the software that you have created. It is a continuous process. It's going to be, few days, it's not going to be few days, but it's going to be few months, years, it's going to be continuous. And via various business models, if possible, perpetual, time, subscription, or usage, and how you can actually use this different business model to tap into a different market segment in order that it can really increase your business revenue. Protect the intellectual property is even much more important, because if your business value and asset has been really stolen or hacked or even reverse engineer, people can really take your entire asset and do something, to sell to other people or become their own use or modify to another name. So to encrypt and obfuscate your IP is very important. And at the same time, how do you actually sell more? So that's the concept of software monetization. So the driving factors, because too many things are going to be software related, and it's going to be skyrocketing software revenue. Every year, whole worldwide, no matter we are from ERP, ICT, front office, embedded software, robotics, so you can name anything, and the growth of emerging technology like IoT, mechatronics, virtual reality, AI, big data, all these things has actually really drive, the use of software even more and more. And because of that, con continuously, with the problem, like what BSA has described, the extensive software privacy, that's something that, people that can really unintentionally use your software or intentionally, maliciously to duplicate your software and use, become an issue of a leak revenue. So all this actually total and sum it up to be the driving factors and give rise to the software monetization tools. Okay, so these are the driving factors. So what is the software monetization tools, SLM? Well, in short, you can call it licensing and management tools, in a way. But most important, it is tools that can help you to achieve your software monetization strategy. Okay, first it can provide you the encryption and obfuscation capability, and then it can really provide you, the ease of really licensing and package your products anytime. There's no hard coding, again, in your products, just like a telco, that's so easy that you can really changing the package to offer different market segment as and when you need it. You can provide integration capability or for automation, really to achieve some kind of like operational efficiency in your software monetization process, to cut short to much more easier to be able to e-delivery the software and e-renew the subscription of your customer. That can be really drastically, improve the efficiency and cutting costs a lot. Okay. You can also provide continuous R&D to certify all OS and coding platform, because just think about when you have a software that you put up a licensing in-house solution for yourself. But when you are dealing with so many different platforms of OS these days, you have Android, you have iOS, you have Mac OS, you have Linux, you have Microsoft Windows, that's a lot. Because of that, you got to have a key department, maybe a key team, to actually continuously evolve or manage and maintenance or support, the licensing management, process and activity. That's something that you may not be really want to focus on. If you are really in the healthcare or engineering, why not you focus into enhancing your engineering software instead of licensing? Very costly, very troublesome, slow time to the market. So that is important. That's why SLM is really, driving, the market force to use these tools in the coming years. Yeah. So the growth is very high, by a double digit, and then the it's always still becoming, the issue of whether you want to still use a homegrown software or you want to use a commercial one. And it's the tricking point and the point that you think that the commercial SLM tool will eventually help you more by really reducing the cost, getting much more business revenue, and at the same time, really focus back into your own software. So in a way, in a short one, you just mentioned that software going through the SLM process will become a protected license, and it is licensed for your customer to use. Very simple process. Yeah. So you have a lot of licensing package in the market these days. The conventional one will be the package. Last time you're delivering a box or CD, to your customers. Then today you may have a project-based like a purchase to sell to your customer with maintenance and support renewal options every year. It can be also feature-based in the case that you have a calling module, but you have a lot of new developed features that can be also enhance your software value, but license and sell in this method. And you can be also in processor. In the case of today, so powerful machine these days. And then one server, you can be so many virtual machine. So you'll be able to really lock down the virtual machine ID to ensure that every license that purchased can be used in that server only for one customer. So that's very important. And you got an option in the case that the customer require a networking and concurrent licenses, sometimes to be in office, undock from the office, to the mining or to the project site, or maybe it is in a way that you would like to license in this way. It can be named, it can be concurrent, anything you can think of. So that's important. Okay. And the most key, like the licensing model these days will be subscription because some of the report mentioned that by Mason that by 2021 over 50% of the software revenue actually most of the software vendors will come from subscription, and that will become a key thing that when you have this to be easy agile enough to help you to repackage your software. But the key thing is that you can really do something like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 60 months, 24 months, whatever you can think of that you can really use, your software to become subscription basis. Yeah. It can be also utility or pay per use. These are the new, like key new functions that sometimes it can be prepaid model that you can be allowing your customer to purchase a 5,000 to 10,000 one-off, purchase option. And it can be also KPI based as well. So that's the licensing models these days. A lot of different things are keep on coming to customize how you can really, create, the market, different market segment by increasing the software revenue from offering various licensing and business model. Yeah. So three key things that you can just think about the process is very simple. That from the time of authentication, that you have to protect your software, and then how do you entitle, the software to define the product catalog, select the license model, entitle the license, and then manage the renewal as well. So from protection until entitlement, and most important at the next stage, what you can do with the capability of these tools are to monitor your customer usage of the modules. If it's going to be, something that is like the business intelligence or data intelligence, when you know some module is weak, how do you actually enhance it? Or you can discontinue it. Or if you see some people that so like to use one of the module, how can you actually further maximize it by increase more features and even create a competitive advantage over all of your competition. So these are the key things that you can look into software monetization. So if anything we can help you further to explain, have a time, then you can always let us know. We can set up an introductory call to really explain further how Thales Sentinel's tools will be able to help you on this. Thank you.